Hi and welcome to We Make Everything. Today we're gonna make a key shelf. Starting to get a lot of keys now. And our key shelf, I say key shelf in this video a lot. I mean key cabinet. I just used the wrong word. Is also starting to get very old, so today I'm going to use some cheap plywood and some scrap planks to make a new one. And I try to do a easy design, but I don't know how easy it is going to actually be. So please stick with us today. The first thing you want to do is to find out how big you want the cabinet to be, then cut the back panel. Then you also want to cut the sides panel. Then my materials is so rough that I start sanding them a bit. So then I have measured the length of the backboard we're going to use to here, and then I just drew in this nice curved line that we're going to cut. So we're getting kind of the same style as the backboard on the bottom. We're going to use this to be the sideboard, so we're having a box instead of just a top and back panel. So let's start. Here I sand down the area I just cut, so it isn't any sharp edges, and I also sand the top to get rid of some a bit green areas. Then we were done with the sides too. This is how it's gonna look like right now. I'm just going to use our rotary tool again to go over some of the edges and make it round, then round. And then I thought about making this stay on a bit angle, so I might also trim that. And then we're going to keep working. We need to get some hooks in here to place the keys on, and I might even put in a door at some point. Here you see how the plank looks, and then I come with the rotary tool and just run along it, and then you can see how it looks after I'm done using it. Now we have finished all the parts of the shelf, but it's still just parts. So now we're going to use some small screws to assemble it, and yeah, that was what I should say. And I think it's possible to use wood glue for putting it together, and that would, and if you use that and screws, it would be very sturdy and hard to break. But these planks, at least some of them, are a bit warped and weird, so I'll have to just use screws to hold them in place, else it might end up they pop right off. And so I'm also going to use some small nails to use as the hanger and hook, I mean, to put the keys on. And after that we're done. We didn't have any hinges, so no door for this shelf, at least not yet. So let's just get on with the job. So now as I said, we got the whole, all the parts ready to put assembly, but I need to know where I'll put the screws for this on the back side. So now I have aligned everything how they're going to stand when I'm done. So then I just remove these two parts and see the center of this is here. So then I just draw a line here. No, I don't know if it's visible on camera, but let's hope it is. Then I got the line here, and I draw that in on here. Yeah, I just have to check the camera that you saw. I think you can. And then we use this angle to draw this line across. You put this black edge here in the inner edge, align it up with the edge of the material. Then you align this edge with the line I just draw, and then I draw a perfectly 90-degree line that where I can put the screws. Then I just do it on the other side too, so I know approximately where I shall put it, just so I doesn't misplace it. So then we know where to put the plate and where to put the screws. Here I am putting up the plates and sides and so how it is going to stay, so I can see where I'll have to put the screws. Then I just screw it out again so that I can place it right afterwards, because now I know what height I need to put the screws in, and I can screw in all the screws. Then, when I'm done screwing all of them, I am going to raise it up again, and then align everything so I put it right. There you go. There. Now it's just screw it on. Then I just find the height on the other side. Don't caring to align it yet. and I just keep doing the same as the other side. Here it's getting a bit. I just don't know how to place it to at the start to throw in the screws, but then it's going nice. It's just a problem about the warping that I talked about, so the screws is a bit hard to screw. And so it takes a little while. As I said, it's a bit warped, so I couldn't have done it with glue. But that's what happened when it stays in the garage for what is it now? 5 years maybe? I think so. And I'm just fixing on the placement, and for those of you who saw that, maybe, for those of you who doesn't saw that, I placed that upside down, so the angled sides on that bottom plate is facing inwards. So here I just turned it on the side to get more pressure, so then I can drive the screws in easily. And yes, nothing else to say right now. And here I forgot what the line was for. It was next day, so I eyeballed where the plate was and had to find out what the line was for. So just wait a moment and I'll find it out. Then I replace the screws and it will go easier. These screws is just to lock everything better together. The sides is locked to the back and the bottom is locked to sides and back, and that makes extra strength, I think. Then it's the top. I can only get 4 screws into that because of how it is angled. No screws to the back from this one. I do the same method as the sides to actually screw it in after, or screw it onto the casing after placing the screws, so that I can get more force down into the plank first, and the case don't slip around the entire time, as you see now. So there I'm done with the shelf itself, but we're missing a very important part of it, and that's the hooks that are going on the inside here to actually keep the keys, because yeah, it is useless without them. So I got some small nails here right now that I'm going to use for this purpose. But you could totally use a pre-made hook. You just drive right into the back of the cabinet shelf, and I doesn't have that, so I'll just have to beat this in from the back side of the shelf, and then I bend it to a hook. Let's see how. Here I'm drawing a line so that I know it's straight. I place the hook straight, and then I measure in equal distance from the outside, so that I can get 4 hooks placed per line. I just had to use the calculator to find out how long it actually needs to be. I'm doing this for both top and bottom line, and there is the nails I am going to use. I hammer them in at the distance, and try not to crush the back plate at the same time. The way I bent the hooks was actually really strange. I'm sure you can find some better way than me to actually do it. Just think a bit. Before I actually put in the hooks, I chose to spray paint it, so that I don't get any dribbling effect from the nails, because that tends to happen if we put in something like the nails before spray painting, such as the dribbling effect you see in the back wall there. That's what I mean. And so we got a pretty nice shelf, but I'm not completely finished with it yet. And here you have it, a nice looking shelf for all your keys. Please send what you think I shall do next down in the comments if you want to see me make something. Or send it on the Discord channel, I can leave that down in the comments too. Please, and thank you for watching, see you next time.